Oh man, Sonic, unstoppable. Are we entering Sonic season up? 11% on a day where Bitcoin is struggling. What is the price target for Sonic? Where are we heading? What are the charts showing? I'm going to break that down and a lot more. Plus, why we're seeing this pump. If you like this type of content, smash up likes. Do not forget to subscribe. Don't forget to check out the links in the description. Bybit, BitGet, those awesome exchanges. Get your bonuses. Links in the description. Now, this is the moment we've been waiting for a long time. People have been very, very impatient, myself included, with the lackluster Sonic performance. But it seems like we have managed to bottom out those last week, the 8th of February, when we fell to lows of 37 cents. Feels a long way away now, right? I mean, if we take a measured move from that wick, let's take the worst wick actually. Let's take the wick which went even further down. Let's take that measured move to where we spiked up to our highs today. And that's a 100% move up to that 60 cents mark, which we touched earlier today. Big, big move. And this reminds you why you don't want to get fudded out. You don't want to get shaken out. You need to have conviction, because the moment you don't have conviction, you're selling in these deep depths. Right? And you get shaken because the market becomes very depressing. It questions you. It makes you question your investments. Before you know it, you've sold a bag which you were buying at, let's say, 80 cents, and you're selling it on this wick, this horrible wick, at lows of 30 cents. And if you just waited days, you're back up at 60 cents. And this is why you need to have conviction. You can see the team are doing a great job now, starting to pick up their total value locked, right? This is the key. Why is this the key? It's the best ranking we can see to get a gauge of how much money is being flown into the blockchain. Who's using the blockchain? Are people using the blockchain? And you're seeing that. It's primarily being led by Silo Finance, okay, a lending platform. You can see Avalon Labs bringing in 130 million. Beats is starting to pick up, for those who are familiar with Beats as well. Shadow Exchange, of course, the DEX is starting to attract some attention. Still only 47 million, guys. A lot of potential here in a lot of these platforms. You can see Beefy down here at 12 million. So we're starting to see some noise, right? Egg Finance was making a bit of a noise this week as well, which is good. You want to see this total value pick up. You want to see more people using the chain and finding utility. The other thing that's working in Sonic's advantage right now is we're getting a bit of fatigue and exhaustion around the whole meme cycle, right? Now, we're not seeing that in terms of volume just yet. I was checking some of the pump fund volumes. You're still seeing Solana volumes are high. People are still in the trenches. They're still risking all their money on Libra coin and the African coin and all these other Trump coins and millennial coins. They're still doing that. But you're starting to see the sentiment shift. Right? Now, if you haven't watched CoffeeZilla's video, I highly recommend you go listen to that interview. He interviewed one of the guys who were the key members of the Libra launch, the Libra token, and you find out how rigged these games are. So if you're playing these games and you're not experienced and you don't know what you're up against, make sure you go watch that interview so you kind of get a reality check. And this reminds people that, hang on, once this meme cycle comes and goes, like any cycle comes and goes, people are going to be focused back on utility. And what are the quality blockchains out there with good tokenomics? I've always said it. It was Phantom and now Sonic, right? The rebrand is Sonic. And so we sit here in a position where you're saying, hang on, who's got good tech? Who's got a good team that hasn't rugged anybody, that's kept their reputation intact? Who's got good tokenomics where loads of VCs don't have early allocations ready to dump on you? And you end up with a very small list of projects, right? And people are starting to come to that realization, and it explains why we're up almost 100% in just over a week here on Phantom. It also reminds you how things move quickly. Now, the other thing I need to share with you is this is happening whilst Bitcoin is flat, right? This is a concerted effort to move. This is not just all balloons are inflating. No, all ships are not rising right now. Bitcoin dominance is down slightly, right? There's no major shakes here. You can see if I go down the altcoin list, there's not crazy movement in altcoins. We're not getting crazy green everywhere. You can see a lot of projects in the red here today. But Sonic is strong. This bubble here, 12.4%. It's a meaningful shift. It's a meaningful shift where people are choosing to rotate across. And that's important. It's a reallocation. It's not new people coming in. It's people in the market. It's the money in the market deciding to rotate across to the Sonic ecosystem. That's really, really powerful. Also seeing a slight green day here on Ethereum, which is interesting as well, up 2.7%. Earlier in the day, it was up a little bit more, went up to 2,800 earlier in the day, which is interesting. Bitcoin just tried to have an early rally, right? It did try to rally to fill that CME gap earlier in the day. I notified you guys about that in the Telegram group. But now sitting at 95,450. So struggling on the day, right? I mean, down today, down yesterday as well. I mean, yesterday we saw was 1.5% down. Today, adding another 0.7 on that. So losing 2% over the last kind of couple of days. But what's worrying is these are quite powerful candles, right? And it's breaching the 0.382 Fibonacci line. So if you look at the daily candle close, which closes in 7 hours from now at the time of recording this video, it's the lowest candle close we've had in a very long time, right? Going back to January. So we're really losing major support at this 95,500 level, and really support starts to struggle thereafter. Then you're looking at really 92.4 as the next major support, and then you're looking at the structure at the bottom of this wedge, which we were climbing up, back down at 85. So look, the Bitcoin chart is not looking strong right now. Again, like I've shared with you over the last kind of week or two, I'm getting ready for more of a pullback. I'm seeing exhaustion in the market, and we could be getting some opportunities to buy the dip, and I'll be ready to do that. If we look at fear and greed as well, sitting here in this kind of neutral territory, it's kind of exhaustion, fatigue, people are annoyed that things aren't moving. And again, that happens, right? Even though Bitcoin's had a really strong return over the last, 6 months and even less, people are frustrated because their altcoin bags aren't up, right? The average retail investor has a lot more altcoins than they do Bitcoin, Ethereum. They didn't eat their vegetables, despite me saying, guys, eat your veg, eat your veg, eat your veg throughout the bear market. People just over allocated in low caps. And that's a typical of any cycle, right? People don't want to buy the boring thing. And sometimes it's these boring things that hold your portfolio together in these tough times. Bitcoin dominance at 60%, right? And not showing much, in the way of reversing trend. I mean, if I just extend my trend line here, even if it comes back down to the trend line at 59.9 before trying to bounce, still strong Bitcoin momentum, right? And again, that's just a reflection of people being risk off at the moment. If you look at the dollar index here, having a couple of days to the downside, but again, still an uptrend, right? If I just zoom that out to the weekly chart, you see just how strong this dollar index has been over the last period. Again, just to remind you, we need this to meaningfully, on the weekly chart, come and spend a couple of weeks down here to the downside and start falling below 100 if we want to see really powerful, explosive moves in altcoins. And it doesn't look like we're going to get that anytime soon. Now, Sonic on its own, however, is looking explosive. Now, if I jump onto the weekly candle, you can see 2 strong weeks here. Of course, last week, 29%. This week so far, about 10%. But I want to show you this on the 4-hourly chart. We've broken this level of resistance, which is really important. That horizontal resistance around that 58 cents mark, we cleared that in the last 4-hourly candle. Now we want to hold here, try to use this level as support, and go mount an attack at 64%, right? If you look at that 64% level here, just here, that line here, that's what we want to mount an attack to next. And from where we're at currently, that requires, let me just get the measured move for you guys. From where we're at currently, that's about a 12% move. After we clear that, the real big move I'm looking for, which really provides you a good kind of move here to the upside, is that move here. That's a 44% move to get you to that next peak. And that's where it's going to get exciting. 83 cents here on Sonic is what I'm looking out for in the next days to weeks on this move. It's going to rely on us keeping this uptrend, right? Got a nice uptrend here. Let's keep this uptrend. Let's keep this momentum, work through 65, and then mount an attack towards 83. If we continue to see, good social momentum online, if we see good total value locked, if we see these projects doing a good job and people seeking yield and wanting to use the DeFi platforms, I think that's going to happen sooner rather than later. Again, just jump onto CoinMarketCap, type in Sonic, right? Just need to type in S, just one letter, it comes up, and you can see we're sitting here at 1.6 billion. 1.6 billion is nothing. It's a very small project for a project that's been around for a long time, has good tech, has good tokenomics with the majority of tokens in circulating supply, that has a gas monetization program which has instant finality. It's got, huge throughput. It's got Andre Crony at the helm, some amazing DeFi projects being built on it. No early VC backing, no trauma, no downtime, none of all this stuff, none of all this baggage that many other chains have. Looking pretty strong, right? So it's a good time for me to be investing in Sonic, but it doesn't come just like that. You have to hold through these tough times, and hopefully this is a lesson for those who panic sold out there. You've got to have conviction in your projects. So there you have it, guys. Nice, powerful day here up on Sonic. Let's hope they can build from this momentum. I will be sharing updates on Sonic and other altcoins within my Telegram community, so make sure you check that out. Link will be in the description. But also head over to my Twitter. On my Twitter, you'll see a referral code for you to jump onto Sonic and give it a try. Even if you hold Sonic, but you've never actually used the blockchain, take this as a moment to go and use it. It's like being invested in Tesla and never sitting in a Tesla. When you use a blockchain, you get more conviction, guys. Just going onto an exchange and buying a token doesn't give you conviction. You've got to research, you've got to use it, feel it, understand what it's like. Go over to My Sonic Labs. They're doing a crazy record airdrop. That's going to drive a lot of traffic, drive a lot of people to the blockchain, and that's going to help with the total value locked, right? Because people want to use it. They want to get their piece of this crazy airdrop, and this is a good strategy to help drive adoption of Sonic. Thanks for watching, guys. Smash the likes. Do not forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.